The 20th century witnessed two devastating world wars, conflicts etched into our collective memory. Yet beneath the shadow of these well-known conflicts lie other, lesser-known wars, battles fought centuries ago that nonetheless shaped the destiny of Europe. From the ravages of the 30 Years' War to the bitter struggle of the Great Northern War, these conflicts reshaped borders, toppled empires, and redefined the balance of power in Europe. These wars were not mere footnotes in history. They were transformative events that set the stage for the modern era. By delving into the intricate tapestry of these forgotten conflicts, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces that have shaped the Europe we know today. Join us as we journey back in time to uncover the stories of these forgotten wars, exploring their causes, consequences, and lasting impact on Europe. The 30 Years' War, a brutal conflict that ravaged Europe from 1618 to 1648, stands as a stark reminder of the destructive power of religious and political strife. What began as a localized religious conflict between Catholic and Protestant states in the Holy Roman Empire quickly escalated into a continental war. The spark that ignited this powder keg was the defenestration of Prague, where Protestant nobles threw two Catholic officials out of a window in protest of the Habsburg Emperor's policies. Fueled by religious fervour and political ambition, the war drew in major European powers including France, Sweden, Denmark and Spain. The conflict became a tangled web of alliances and betrayals, with armies marching across the continent, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The war was characterized by brutal sieges, horrific massacres and widespread famine and disease. The once prosperous region was reduced to ruins, its population decimated by war, famine and disease. The 30 Years' War stands as a chilling testament to the horrors of religious intolerance and the devastating consequences of unchecked political ambition. The Peace of Westphalia, signed in 1648, finally brought an end to the 30 Years' War. This series of treaties not only redrew the map of Europe, but also fundamentally altered the continent's political landscape. The Holy Roman Empire, weakened by decades of war, saw its power significantly diminished. The rise of France as a dominant power in Europe became evident, while Sweden emerged as a major force in the north. The Peace of Westphalia also had a profound impact on religious relations in Europe. It reaffirmed the principle of cuius regio, ius religio, essentially granting rulers the right to determine the religion of their own states. The war's end ushered in a new era of European diplomacy, one marked by a growing emphasis on balance of power and the recognition of state sovereignty. The 30 Years' War may be a forgotten war to some, but its legacy continues to shape the political and religious landscape of Europe today. The Great Northern War, fought from 1700 to 1721, reshaped the political map of Europe. This conflict pitted Russia against a coalition of Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Saxony, Poland. The struggle for control of the Baltic Sea was central to the war. The Swedish Empire, led by King Charles XII, initially dominated. Charles won stunning victories, showcasing his military prowess. However, his ambition led to disaster. The invasion of Russia ended in disaster at Poltava in 1709. Russia, under Peter the Great, gradually pushed back Swedish forces. The Great Northern War ended in 1721 with the Treaty of Nystad, redrawing Northern Europe's map. Sweden lost its great power status, while Russia emerged dominant in the Baltic. Peter the Great's victory secured Russia's Baltic access, leading to St. Petersburg's founding. The war reshaped Northern Europe's political landscape. Sweden's decline created a power vacuum, filled by Russia and Prussia. The Great Northern War's legacy still shapes Northern Europe's political geography. While the 30 Years' War and the Great Northern War stand as significant examples of forgotten wars that reshaped Europe, they are by no means the only conflicts to have left an indelible mark on the continent. The Napoleonic Wars, while not entirely forgotten, are often overshadowed by the two world wars. despite their profound impact on Europe's political and social fabric. Similarly, the Crimean War, often relegated to a footnote in history books, had far-reaching consequences that reverberated throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. These conflicts, though separated by time and circumstance, highlighted the shifting balance of power in Europe and the enduring tensions that continued to simmer beneath the surface. By examining these often overlooked conflicts, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of European history and the enduring legacy of war and peace on the continent. Let us delve into the Napoleonic Wars and the Crimean War, shedding light on their forgotten significance and their enduring impact on the course of European history. The Napoleonic Wars, a series of conflicts that engulfed Europe from 1803 to 1815, might seem a peculiar addition to a discussion of forgotten wars. After all, the image of Napoleon Bonaparte, the ambitious Corsican general who crowned himself Emperor of the French, looms large in the annals of European history. However, the sheer scale and complexity of the Napoleonic Wars often overshadow the profound impact they had on the political, social and cultural landscape of Europe. Napoleon's conquests, fueled by revolutionary fervour and military genius, shattered the old order of Europe. From the shores of Spain to the heartland of Russia, Napoleon's armies marched, spreading the ideals of the French Revolution, liberty, equality, fraternity, and leaving a trail of both liberation and destruction in their wake. The Napoleonic Wars were a crucible from which a new Europe emerged, one forever changed by the ideals of the French Revolution, the rise of nationalism, and the redrawing of the continent's political map. The Crimean War, fought from 1853 to 1856, might appear as a distant and obscure conflict, a footnote in the grand narrative of European history. However, this forgotten war, fought primarily on the Crimean Peninsula in the Black Sea, had far-reaching consequences that extended far beyond the battlefield. The war pitted the Russian Empire against an alliance of Great Britain, France, the Ottoman Empire and Sardinia, a conflict sparked by religious tensions and Russian expansionism. The Crimean War is often remembered for its military blunders, the horrors of trench warfare, and the pioneering work of Florence Nightingale and Mary Seacole, who revolutionized battlefield medicine. However, the war's significance extends far beyond these well-known aspects. It marked a turning point in European power politics, signalling the decline of the Ottoman Empire and the rise of new industrial powers like Great Britain and France. The Crimean War, though often overlooked, stands as a pivotal event in 19th century European history, a conflict that exposed the shifting alliances, technological advancements, and enduring tensions that would shape the course of the 20th century. The forgotten wars, from the 30 Years' War to the Crimean War, might seem like distant echoes, but their legacy resonates today. They remind us that peace in Europe is a hard-won and fragile achievement. These wars reshaped borders, toppled empires, and sowed the seeds of nationalism. They left an enduring legacy on the art and literature of Europe. The 30 Years' War fostered a growing sense of religious tolerance. The Great Northern War paved the way for Russia's emergence as a major power. The Napoleonic Wars spread the ideals of the French Revolution, sparking nationalist movements. These wars played a vital role in shaping the Europe we know today. As we reflect on these forgotten wars, we are reminded that history is not merely a linear progression of well-known events, but rather a complex tapestry, woven with threads of triumph and tragedy, of grand narratives and forgotten stories. These wars, though often overshadowed by more recent conflicts, played a pivotal role in shaping the political, social and cultural landscape of Europe. They serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict, the enduring legacy of violence and the fragility of peace. By remembering these forgotten wars, by delving into their complexities and uncovering their hidden significance, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces that have shaped the Europe we know today. By remembering the forgotten, we honour the sacrifices of those who came before us and gain a deeper appreciation for the hard-won peace we often take for granted. Let us strive to build a future where the horrors of these forgotten wars remain firmly in the past. A future where dialogue, understanding and cooperation prevail over conflict and division.